From death-defying drops to roads where your GPS just says, "Good luck, welcome to the most dangerous roads tier list." Let's start with a road where cliff edges aren't a hazard. They're part of the experience. Keelong Kishtwar Road, India, also known as the cliffhanger, because calling it a death trap would have been too obvious. This 235 kilometers stretch of dirt, rocks, and regret has no safety barriers. One wrong swerve, and you're diving thousands of meters into a postcard view of the Himalayas. Landslides? Check. Rain? Check. Crumbling edges that mock your will to live? Double check. But what really earns it an S-tier ranking is the mental gymnastics it puts you through. There are moments where your tires are millimeters from a vertical drop, and the only thing holding your car together is blind faith and rusty suspension. If you ever needed a reason to question your life choices, this road provides several per kilometer. And the worst part? It's not even optional for some locals. This isn't a thrill-seeking trail. It's their commute. Imagine getting groceries on this thing. That's not a driving experience. That's a final exam for your sanity. Think that's bad? The next road makes this one look like a Sunday drive. Fairy Meadows Road, Pakistan. A 16 kilometers mountain nightmare carved into vertical rock. It climbs over 3,000 meters with just enough space for one vehicle at a time, no guardrails, and drivers who've clearly made peace with death. The destination may be called Fairy Meadows, but the path there is forged by demons. This isn't a road. It's a dare. Every curve is tighter than your chest while driving it. There's no lighting, no markings, and sometimes not even a visible path. It's just you, gravity, and the haunting thought of, "This seemed like a good idea an hour ago." Locals are the only ones allowed to drive, and that's not for tradition, it's for survival. Tourists aren't banned because they're disrespectful. They're banned because they die. Still feel brave? A road so deadly, they had to give it a nickname that sounds like a warning. Yungas Road, Bolivia, also known as Death Road, because apparently "this is where you die" was too long for the sign. It used to claim up to 300 lives a year. The road itself is a narrow gravel line, carved into cloud-covered cliffs with drops that don't end. They just fade into fog. If you're lucky, the rain will wait until you're done. If you're not, your brakes become decorative. There's no space to pass, and yet buses still try. Imagine staring out your window and seeing only air. No ledge, no shoulder, just a straight plunge into Andean oblivion. There's now a newer, safer highway nearby, but this one still attracts thrill seekers and cyclists who confuse adrenaline with IQ. It's like skydiving, except your parachute is a Honda Civic. And if you thought this one was deadly, wait until you meet the road that even the cops refuse to patrol after dark. James Dalton Highway, Alaska, USA. 666 kilometers of frozen desolation. Made famous by ice road truckers and feared by anyone with a survival instinct. 1/3 is paved, the rest is just gravel, snow, and despair. But the real danger isn't the road, it's the everything else. Whiteouts, avalanches, black ice, and the occasional polar bear just vibing in the middle of your lane. If your car breaks down here, there's no nearby Starbucks. There's just hypothermia and maybe a moose. Truckers call it Haul Road. Regular humans call it no thanks. You don't just drive the Dalton Highway, you make a pact with nature, and then hope nature doesn't get bored. But if you think frozen roads are bad, just wait until trucks start playing chicken on a path with no edge and no mercy. Zojila Pass, India. The only link between Kashmir and Ladakh, and Mother Nature is not a fan. Open only during good weather, which is basically maybe 3 Tuesdays a year. At 3,528 meters high, Zojila Pass turns into a frozen hellscape, where snowplows go to die. There are no barriers, no lights, and just enough width for one vehicle. 2 trucks meeting from opposite directions. May God decide who lives. It's a place where GPS signals go to heaven. A tunnel is under construction to make it safer. But for now, it's Mario Kart on expert mode, with real avalanches and the bonus level of guess where the road ends. Bayburt D, 915, Turkey. 29 hairpin turns, no guardrails, mountain cliffs that whisper, jump. The D915 isn't just a road, it's a mountain's attempt at population control, built during World War I by Russian soldiers. That should tell you everything. Every curve is a geometry puzzle, and the solution is always don't die. Rain? Game over. Snow? Just write your will. Even dry weather doesn't mean safe. The gravel is loose and the drops are eternal, and yet locals drive it like it's a shortcut to the bakery. Meanwhile, tourists grip the wheel like it owes them money. One mistake, and you're not in Bayburt anymore. You're in a ravine. Think you're good at driving hairpin turns? Not in this one. Sichuan-Tibet Highway, China. Altitude sickness, landslides, traffic jams that last days. Welcome to the Sichuan-Tibet Highway. 2,000 kilometers of majestic trauma. The views are unreal, but so is the stress. This is where your patience, your vehicle, and your soul get tested. The air is thin, the roads are thinner, and the trucks, they don't stop. They just honk and dare you to blink. It's technically a road, but emotionally it's a breakup. A long, scenic, high-altitude breakup with safety and comfort. Stunning views, terrifying drops, endless traffic, and we're not even halfway through the list. Transfăgărășan, Romania, looks like a Hot Wheels track. Feels like an F1 circuit made by Dracula. Gorgeous mountain passes, smooth curves, and very little death. Except maybe by sheep stampede. It climbs over 2,000 meters and features tunnels, viaducts, and views so pretty they distract you into a crash. Still, you're more likely to hit a shepherd than fall off a cliff. Unless you're driving blindfolded, you'll probably be okay. Unless you count emotional damage from too much beauty. Beautiful? Absolutely. Safe? Debatable. But wait till you see what's coming next. Skipper's Canyon Road, New Zealand. Skipper's Canyon Road has been called New Zealand's most dangerous road. And that's saying something. A one-way gravel track, hand-carved out of sheer canyon walls, with insane hairpin bends and a casual vertical drop into the shot-over river. On one side, a rock wall. On the other, gravity. If you've got acrophobia, skip this trip. The road was finished in 1891 by gold miners who clearly valued profit over self-preservation. It's only 22 kilometers long, but every meter tests your faith, your brakes, and your ability to suppress a scream. Signs at the entrance warn, this road is not for beginners. If you see another car coming from the opposite direction, someone has to reverse for kilometers. Locals do it like it's a milk run. Tourists either scream or pray, or both. Karnali Highway, Nepal. If the Himalayas had a death slide, this would be it. The Karnali Highway stretches 155 miles across the rocky chaos of western Nepal and claims around 50 lives every year. That's not a metaphor, that's statistics. You're not just dodging potholes, you're dodging dust clouds, collapsing cliffs, surprise floods, and rocks that haven't decided yet whether they're part of the mountain or your windshield. Visibility? Only if you're lucky. And if it's monsoon season? May the odds be ever in your favor. The road is so dangerous that police have banned driving at night. That's how you know it's bad. When even the cops go, nope, and 85% of the highway is officially labeled unsafe. That's not a road. That's a liability. And yet people still drive it. If you think this was insane, just wait until you meet the next road. Pangi via Kishtwar Road, India. Some call it India's most dangerous road. Others just call it Nope. Officially known as the Killer Pangi Road, this 70-mile stretch climbs up to 8,200 feet, 2,500 meters. No guardrails, no pavement, just rocks, mud, and sheer cliffs. And just to make it more exciting, it's only open during the summer. The rest of the year, buried under snow, like some of the unlucky vehicles that didn't make it. There's a particular 6-mile section where a massive rock overhang looks like it's ready to collapse at any moment. Oh, and the entire road was carved out centuries ago by local villagers and hasn't been repaired once since then. Not even patched, not even a warning sign. If something falls, it stays. The best part? Only one Jeep fits at a time. So if you meet another vehicle, someone's reversing for hundreds of meters along cliffs with 2 000-foot drops. Afraid of heights? Good luck. Still, the road isn't deserted. It's the only lifeline for thousands of people living in the Pangi Valley. Locals drive it like it's a bike lane. But for the rest of us, it's a stress test even NASA couldn't simulate. So which one would you drive with your mother-in-law in the passenger seat? And which one makes you want to sell your car and walk forever? Let me know.